Civility, politeness, it's like a cement in a society, binds it together. And when we lose it, then I think we all feel lesser and slightly dirty because of it. Jeremy Irons. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Your mom. This video will likely be labeled tone policing. My point is not to deter anyone's choice, simply to give my take on what those choices can, or cannot, as it were, lead to. Say whatever you want, whenever you want. As discourse online shifts and changes towards even more troll-faced response and call-out rhetoric, and in parallel evolved into internet blood sports, it's important to sit back and determine if this form of debate has value for weighing and honing your own views and ideas. As importantly, given the level of vitriol and anger typically found therein, what kind of relationship and emotional impacts do these contests cause for those that take part? And lastly, what are some other things that you can do to argue in a more civil way? The gladiatorial aspect of internet culture dates back to the dial-up days. The concept of locking up in a combat of wills, flames, and memes has always been more about shutting your opponent up and giving you some e-cred than it was ever about trying to test your mettle with regards to the idea you are championing. This can absolutely create some fun who'll give in first contests, and they can certainly be fun train wrecks to watch, but whose genuine benefit is being angry online? Who's ever really had their life enhanced or their outlook clarified by giving in to slapfest on Twitter? As with anything in any arena, one should be asking themselves, why am I doing this and how do I benefit? Being mindful of how and why you act and speak is a good way to keep yourself focused on what's positive for you. I think there's clearly a place for the verbal slap fighting that we've seen spring up recently. Just as there's an audience for hockey and basketball, or maybe more aptly, pro wrestling, there'll be an audience for verbal and mental gladiators. But the problem comes when these things are passed off as debate or intellectual. Let's make sure we're assigning the right value when we use words. The concept that two ideas walk in, one walks out is absurd at best. This is a total abortion of what debate really is. And there's plenty of real examples on YouTube that you can go and check out. The best ideas don't compete in the arena of words. They compete in the real world. There's no winner's bracket determined by view count on a stream for what political system would operate the best in your country. Being blocked by the most people on Twitter does not make you the most right. Being a fantastic troll is not a life skill. Pissing off people until they concede is not a victory. There is no submission victory in the battle for ideas. Ultimately, unless you're looking for sycophants or confirmation by proxy, these types of contests don't have much long-term intellectual value. What I'm basically saying is don't watch Jerry Springer expecting Jerry Socrates. Conversely, don't act like an asshole and expect to have any friends or acquaintances. The talent to win every argument and lose every friend doesn't have much value. As the title of the video goes, though, civil is not a dirty word. Being able to explain your ideas in such a way that doesn't automatically turn off any part of your audience is not weak. It's winning the first battle. Being able to listen to and try to understand a viewpoint that's counter to your own is not displaying weakness in your own position, but strength and confidence. The tendency towards louder and more violent shrieking is not a good life skill. Rather, the ability to calmly convey and receive viewpoints is of vital importance when entering the workforce and dating pool. So what are some positive actions you can take to both sharpen your ideas and forge positive intellectual relationships? A few things. Be intellectually honest. Don't play the gotcha game. Don't be a context troll. Avoid straw men wherever possible. Be genuinely inquisitive. Ask questions if you're not crystal clear on someone's position or opinion. Engage because you're interested to learn something as much as you're interested to present an alternative opinion. Build intellectual trust. Whether the ability to be genuinely open with anecdote, which matters to everyone, or simply comfort in agreeing to disagree, trust quells hostility. Change the subject, damn it. Not everything is about politics or religion or video games or anything. Find out what else people are interested in. The ability to learn how to interact with someone on a non-contentious subject can help you really explore the contentious subjects. Now, this isn't an inclusive or exclusive list of civil discourse pointers, just an old man's rudimentary advice. At the end of the day, if you're not trying to change minds for a reason, there's never any reason to get heated about any subject. Lastly, and I know there's a few folks that listen to me that will be typing this into their comments already, the too vile for respect cop-out is a two-way street beyond a few just basic human fundamentals. If you can cast that net on folks, expect it to be cast upon yourself, and expect that your intellectual circle will look a lot more like a flat line. But that's just my take. I'd love to hear your thoughts on uncivil discourse in the comments. Leave a like or dislike as you see fit, and I'll see you next time.